everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Dorkiest Dungeon. Not Dorky Dungeon, Darkest Dungeon. I was just looking at the missions that we have here. We do have a level 5 squad available. Man, that antiquarian candle looks awesome. Too bad the heal skill is like, why would I even care about having that trinket? But maybe I'm missing out on the bonus that you get out of it, but I'm ignorant of that right now. We have our whole level 5 squad available, but I think we want to do some level 4 bosses, honestly. So we could kill the Fulminating Prophet, we could kill the Brigand 12 pounder, get crests, get busts. Wait, this is not just crests, this is deeds as well. If anything, I think we could use more deeds, so I don't mind fighting the Brigand 12 pounder, but rewards-wise, it's like pretty much a wash, I think. I don't know about Dark Tambourine, but again, it looks awesome. Plus 12% death blow resist might be useful. At the very least, I guess we could sell the Berserker Mask, and even moreover, we're gonna have to kill the boss at some point anyway. So how would we build this squad? Well, you'd start with Montague in the back, and then we do want to get Ruka leveled up to the next level. He can stay in this position. Percy is also killing it for us. Then it becomes, we need someone in the third position. Wait a minute, let me look at this for a sec. What can't you do in the second position? You can't use your stun, which is actually fairly valuable. We should take you to the... where can you use that? In any of the back 3 positions. Okay. We need someone in the number 3 slot who can hit basically anybody. You can use Hound's Rush, Hound's Harry, Target Whistle, but you can't use Blackjack. Blackjack's pretty useful. We might be able to get away with it, though. We want to be able to hit everybody just because, I mean, obviously, why wouldn't we want to be able to hit everybody? What do you have? You don't have, Iron Swan. No, you do have Iron Swan. Okay, well, let's start with the obvious. We've got money, and we want to ensure that nobody dies. So we're going to go to our blacksmith, and, I mean, we do have Rob, so I kind of feel weird about having 2... occultists getting up to the next level here, but I think it is the right call. You know, they are still resources that we'd like to level up. Ruka, can you handle this? Well, I'm just gonna prepare you for this. This is gonna be a financially expensive trip here. I mean, that's pretty much all I can spend and feel comfortable about it. But we know those units are gonna come out with us here, and investing in yourself, hey man, that's an investment in life. Now, what about you, Michael L. Fox? We haven't used you in a while. You can use Manacles, you can use Beast Bile, you can use Absolution. You won't be able to use Rake or Rage, but you could use Slam and then move forward after you transform. So I actually think, weirdly enough, you're probably our boy here. I'm not going to worry about camping skills because I'm lazy about it, but we are going to worry about that once we get up to level 5. Let's give you... honestly, I don't think the Hellion's Hairpin is that useful because I'm not going to have my torch that low. I think it's very useful if you plan to use it appropriately, if that makes sense. So I'm going to give you maybe accuracy on melee skills, which I think is just a nice bonus regardless. And then maybe something that gives you, if we sort by rarity, something that gives you extra damage. Something that gives you extra damage. Plus 25% damage, minus 10% HP, and you take more stress. 25% damage is pretty dope, though. Now, our Bounty Hunter, I don't really want to give you more stress. I'll tell you what, this is an easy one. Our Rob 2.0 is going to get the head to give better heal skills. Give the Bounty Hunter more HP and more dodge, slightly lower accuracy, and then also give better accuracy, although you're not really using non-melee skills. Yeah. Could give you... I don't mind the... move resist and better move chance, because I am probably going to replace the bleed with the shuffle, just because it's a good stun. Now, the Abomination of Obama's Nation. I don't really want to give you better stress damage, or, like, worse stress damage, I guess, because it's not going to be good for business. Yeah, let's just do this. I mean, if you're transforming once or twice, that stress, plus 20% stress could add up. Then we've got Rob, and Rob 2.0. I like the idea of him having extra speed. Let's go for provisions. We're on the ruins. No, we're on the Weald. I'm going to take a full stack of anti-venom. No, you know what? We're going up against brigands. So let's take a stack of anti-bleed. I'm going to take 4 shovels just to insulate us a little bit from the possibility of having a ton of stress. And you know what? I'm going to take a little bit more food for that exact same reason as well. And we're definitely going to take 16 torches. And you know what? Why not invest a little bit more in ourselves? We'll take a key on this run and maybe even a couple more of those.
The wild whispers of heresy roused the rabble to violent action. Such was the general air of rebellion that even my generous offer of gold to the local constabulary was rebuffed. To reassert my rule, I sought out unscrupulous men skilled in the application of force. Tight-lipped and terrifying, these mercenaries brought with them a war machine of terrible implication.
Sweet. Let's
The smell of
begin
sulfur
here.
And gunpowder hangs in the air. The war machine is close.
We took out the gun very easily last time, but that might be more difficult this time. So I didn't upgrade the flashbang skill. I don't feel bad about not upgrading the flashbangs. Or sorry, I didn't upgrade the hook and slice, but I didn't feel bad because we're going with flashbang, which I definitely should have taken like 10 times by now. It's a stun, and I leveled it up to level 4. Why the heck am I using hook and slice? You got the right abilities because you got no other options. You're fully stocked here, and you're fully stocked. Okay, let's begin. I think we're looking over here, honestly, but if we're wrong, and we'll pay the price. Nothing at all. Maybe a map. The sack's contents are yours. 500 gold is no joke. Now, we are gonna, I say lose, but I mean lose in the same sense that like a graduating class loses a student when they matriculate to university or high school, you know? Like, we're gonna lose some, oh god, what have I done? I let him get blighted for 6, that's okay. We're going to lose some of our units to level 5 here, which is why I want to make sure that we're beating these bosses, because I don't want to have to go through one more pass to make sure that we're taking out all the medium bosses with a team that's maybe suboptimal. Not that this team is suboptimal. Alright, we are, what's your stun resist? 45, 45. Your blight resist is very high, so I am going to go for a stun on one of the guys up front. No, one of the blighters. It also did 5 damage, which is not incredible for this point in the game, but it's not horrible. Then we're going to try to pull that very same blighter up, because we want to make sure that one gets killed. Then we're going to smack the shit out of him. And that'll do 9 to 16. If it bleeds, can't hit him. Okay, so we'll do 9 to 16. Beautiful. That would have killed him in one hit, I think, anyway, but the overkill doesn't bother me that much. Now we can flashbang, which is a stun, and also shuffles single. So let's try to shuffle this guy. Maybe shuffle him back. Oh, he resisted the move, but he did get stunned. So Rain of Blight is going to be annoying. We did have... Oh, 2 blights came out. 1 resistance to a disease, which is good. And we got blighted just by the regular attack there. Okay. Annoying, but here we are. We're going to throw out a stun on... We should probably stick to our plan of killing the units at the back. So we're going to stun the unit at the back. Then I think we try to stun the guy at the front. The shuffle is basically meaningless, but the less chances we have to open ourselves up to attack, the better, I think. Then we're going to pull this guy up to the front. And our Hellion should be able to go for the kill. Decent. Unfortunately, there is still going to be 1 attack. Not insignificant. We resisted the blight, thankfully. Okay, so you again. Your highest damage attack, while not being transformed, is also the one that stuns. So even if it seems like we're just throwing away stuns non-stop here, well, to a certain extent, it's because we are. I almost feel like you go for if it bleeds for the extra 3 points per round. Did 5 damage, basically 14 damage. At this point, we can probably consider throwing out a heal. And I think step 1, you gotta heal your healer. 16. Not bleeding. Beautiful. Harmless swipe. That's what I like to see. And it does shuffle them, actually. So if our bounty hunter shuffles them back, maybe this is actually the right time for him to take a finish him and do time or plus 50% damage against a stunned unit. A stunned unit that is also bleeding and is now very, very close to being at lethal range. Lovely. These are very tanky enemies, though. This is no joke to start with. So I think you just smack... Well, how much damage is this going to do? 0 and very low blight chance. You smack that guy. It did stun him kind of amazingly, which means he's now at lethal range. And I think we're going to try to stun this guy as well. Basically, we're just buying time, but Every extra turn that we get to heal is good. Instead of going for a pull, let's heal our Hellion. Healed for freaking 20. Resisted the bleed. That's what I like to see. And then we'll throw another if it bleeds. 7 damage is really good, and then we'll have the extra points attached to that. This is good. We've managed this combat pretty well, I think. The stun's gonna come off. Hopefully we get to attack before they do, and we should be able to take them out, honestly. This is still our go-to attack, unless we want to heal ourselves, which is actually functional. But as long as he's landing these stuns, man, who cares? I think you healed. 6 is not good, but he resisted the bleed, so I'll take it. We did 7. It's going to have 6 more bleed, probably, so he is now in lethal range, which means we might as well do whatever we want to do, which is just hit him. that works fine for me. Sure, take all this. Inventory's getting full. Let's use a key. Hidden compartment. More heirlooms. Always can use more heirlooms. Last few episodes have gone really well, honestly. I think we're starting to get a nice
If only treasure could
economy going here, although we spent a ton of money here. Maybe that means we have to take, you know, one more mission with an antiquarian soon or something like that, but we're making good game progress, too. Like, I've been really trying to mainline as many bosses as possible, now that I know there's not 10 bosses in the game, there's 200. There's not literally 200, but there are a lot. Okay, this is an interesting one. Blight resist 80, Blight resist 80, so I think you do try to stun. And you'll forgive me, but I think you gotta try to stun Big Man over here, because I don't want to ever get hit by what he's throwing out. So we got debuffed and marked. Oh, but we both resisted the debuff? Now we're gonna try to move the Tenacious Crone up here. She dodged. Rabid Rush can inflict disease, but we dodged, so that's good. Also rearrange the order of things here. 15 HP, huh? I think we gotta output some damage. So let's try to hit this guy, hit him for 7. Hellion should be able to finish him off if she lands the hit.
annihilated.
Turns out we kind of wasted the turn with our bounty hunter there, but that's okay. Embrace the dark, assuming stress. Haven't really been hit by stress attacks so far. Chance to stun. 190 stun resist. Okay, we're gonna throw out a stun on this lady back here. I'm thinking we save our transformation for the boss when we really want that damage output. I mean, we could move her, but I think we can get her with if it bleeds anyway. Possibly. So why not get our bounty hunter starting to work on this guy up front. He got debuffed with lower dodge as well. So, I mean, again, we could stun, but I think instead we're going to go for plus 90% damage versus marked. Just critted him for fucking 50. Holy shit. Okay. And then we get hit for 12 to 22. I think we got to try to kill the Tenacious Crone. And yeah, now she's dead. We are going to get hit by something here. We get shuffled. Honestly, that's not a catastrophic shuffle. It does make sense for us to move forward because that helps Rob at the back too. Although Rob actually works really well in position 3, and we could have taken like an Arbalist or something. Well, better late than never, I guess, to realize that. We're going to throw another mark on, basically just for the debuff at this point. I guess we're just going to hit the shit out of him here. 12 damage is the low end of our damage. But then... oh, 21. Pretty close. Poison Spores. It's a Blight, and we dodged it, thankfully. So this guy is dead, and we honestly didn't find ourselves in too much danger here. Might as well just finish it off. Lovely. Okay. Get everybody back in position. Yeah, I just realized that Rob totally could have functioned from the 3rd slot, so we should have taken a slightly different team composition. It's not a catastrophic problem, as you can probably tell based on the fact that I feel like we're doing pretty well so far, but certainly if we were playing 100% optimally with an optimal team composition, that's not what we would have wanted to do. Now, as we get closer to the boss, I'm realizing maybe we invested a little bit too much in ourselves here. Like, the provisions are out of control. This is horrible. This is a really bad start for us. We got surprised despite having such huge light. I think it's the first time that's happened in the game so far. Resisted the stun on that. Curse of Vulnerability is a mark. I think, honestly, we can start throwing out Sacrificial Stabs. And that almost killed that unit, which is amazing to me. We don't really have anything that can finish the job against them effectively, and you can't use a flashbang here. We really can't afford to have you move back, though. All right, here's what I think. I think you finish off the fungal battery. I think we're going to have to accept that this is going to be pretty fucked up. How far can you move? Just one? I think we got to have Rob move back before we do this. Oh, lucky us. Okay, yeah, Rob definitely should not have sacrificial stabbed, even though it critted. We should have had him move back instead. And he may go first. Not first. Okay. Try to land the stun. Good enough. Embrace the Dark as a stress attack. Not that bad, honestly. I think we try to hit the stunned unit and do as much damage as possible. 11 is the high end of that, so I have to be happy. You need to move back 2. And in doing so, you may have made our life a little bit easier. We did 7 damage with some bleed. I think this is much more functional. It also allows Rob to do the heal, which is important. Okay. So they should get the stress attack first, if that's what... Oh, they're not doing a stress attack. I see how it is. I think you still go for a stun. Try to knock one unit out every turn. It's working pretty well. And we go next. I think you go for just the KO against the unit that should have been KO'd. And we fell 1 damage short. That's a double stress attack. Do you throw a heal here? Or do you try... I mean, honestly, I feel like you just throw out, like... What are you going to do? You're going to do, like, a high damage attack. I like this because it clears the corpse and it still leaves our other unit within if it bleeds range. So we land that and get them killed. But then this unit's up at the front instead of being behind 2 corpses, which I think is best for us. And then we try to stun that unit so we can't get more stressed out. We are going to camp soon so we can heal our wounds anyway. Oh, we can't use flashbang in this position, so that sucks. But plus 50% damage against stunned units, that will kill them. Would have killed them regardless. That's okay. I think now is our time to heal ourselves. Healing for 3 is just a terrible roll. Oh, you know what? Now we move you up here. And now we're back into our functional positions. Roughly. Pretty close to the end of the actual combat here. But I think we handled this pretty well, considering the surprise was actually fairly catastrophic. Land the stun. You know the deal at this point. Land this. Maybe should have gone for if it bleeds because the bleed damage goes through anything, but I don't regret it. I'm gonna go for the heal, and that healed us up to full. Even if it bleeds, it's positive. But this guy was probably not gonna get a chance to do another turn anyway, so I figured why not at least go for 1 extra turn. And to be honest with you, we might as well go for 1 extra turn now and maybe heal our Abomination. He gets healed for 10. Now we can heal stress damage and focus on buffing ourselves when we camp, assuming that our next combat before the boss, if there is one, doesn't go absolutely horribly. We're actually looking like a little better than we were when we started here. The chest is trapped. We resisted the blight though, so no big deal. This should give us enough vision to see if there's a boss fight coming up, and I really think it will be here. It's a grave. What, you use the shovel on it, is that right? Yeah, it looks like grave digging pays off sometimes. Can't take any of this shit. I think we're getting close to the end, so I'm gonna eat this food, and then I'm gonna take the book, and then I'm gonna crack 2 torches and then throw the rest away.
A blazing star is born.
And then we're gonna take the heirlooms. Okay.
Nature herself.
We still have 8 torches, so it's not like we're low on torches. We're just not as high on torches as we could be. Ruka's getting some sweet stress relief there, and this room will not have combat in it. Do we want... let's see if we scout first. I think the scouting's important. No, we did not scout. I think we'll camp, and we're going to camp to buff ourselves, assuming the boss is directly to the right of us.
Require only the strength to follow it.
Honestly, stress is totally fine right now, so let's just do like full-on buffs. Plus 25% damage against size 2. I think that'll be relevant. Surprise monsters. Please do. I don't really want to increase your stress. Give yourself better resistances. Yeah, don't stress yourself out. Just give yourself better resistances and then decrease somebody's stress damage. I think that's our best play there. Didn't get ambushed in the night. Oh, you know what? Thank you. Move back into a better position. And let's go see if this is the boss. If it is, we're coming into this. Oh my god, you're gonna give me a fucking channeler or collector right before the boss fight? That is a very, very clutch stun. Then you throw on the mark. Then we start kicking the shit out of him. I guess we'd rather do more damage against marked units than stun units because it's plus 90 versus plus 50. Alright, his stun comes off. 2 lucky crits there. We've taken off a little bit more than half his HP. Hopefully we get to go first again. We do. 190% stun. Okay, well you are definitely going to not get stunned. But I might as well at least hit you for 5. It's going to create like 3 highwaymen. Honestly, I think we Iron Swan this little bitch. Try to knock him out of the situation as soon as possible. What's your HP? 23? I think we try to stun one and maybe shuffle the collector up 1 space. Nah, it shuffled them in a different order. That's okay. What's your move resist? 45? Man, these crits! It also moved him up into a position where he's going to get totally shit on. So, honestly, this encounter didn't go too badly. Stun comes off. These guys should have... Oh, they're not going to attack first. Blight resist is 40. 4 points per round. Sure. Nah. Stun him. Make sure he can't do anything if possible. He resisted it anyway. Lifesteal. That sucks. Especially with the crit. So he's going to heal for 14. Basically cost us 1 more attack. Would have been really nice if that stun worked. 16, so he's almost dead, but not quite there. Good dodge. And then, honestly, just mark his ass. Get him out of here. There we go. Never underestimate the value of having a little good damage when necessary. Oh, I didn't realize our abomination had actually been hit. Okay, now we start throwing in stuns. Stuns and shuffles. You need to have a bandage. And then you are going to stun a unit that is not stunned right now. Alrighty. Head games. It's a guard? It's a man-at-arms guard. That's kind of interesting, unless that's just the ability for guard. Your stun resists. It's 45. I think you still try to go for the stun and shuffle. The old stun and shuffle. Keep them guessing, man. And then, honestly, maybe Iron Swan, 9 to 16, or Wicked Hack, 12 to 22. Probably 12 to 22. Nice! Close, but worked out for us. Definitely need to heal our Abomination. You know, I'd love to be salty about it, but a heal for 3 is still a heal. Does put us in a little bit of a tough spot now. I wouldn't tell a lie about that. I think, honestly, at this point, start healing yourself, man. You, I think, maybe if it bleeds, 6 to 10 with the bleed on it. Crit chance is only 5 versus 12 to 22. Well, nothing's dying. We might as well put you in close to dying range. That time you healed for 20. All is forgiven. Headhunt does 9 and a bleed. That's all right. We'll bandage up quickly. And then, honestly, just keep shuffling the stuns here. As long as we can keep them from doing 2 actions per turn, we're not going to take that much damage. Maybe at this point... Beast Bile still seems like so bad. Just because it does 0 damage. So it's like you don't even get the Plague Doctor like 1 to 2 damage out of Plague Grenade, but I may be incorrect. I may be needlessly reductive, let's put it that way, when it comes to looking at how these actually work together. So now you're definitely going to hit the stun dude for 20. Life's good. Everybody's fine on HP. We got the puzzling tetrahedron, and we're still fine as we look to go into our next room. Just in case this is the boss fight, I'm going to have you eat a little food, you too, and let's go. Hopefully it is the boss fight. This is not the boss fight, and it's kind of an annoying encounter, so this is, I would say, subpar. Let's try to get the stress unit up here. They did move up, so that means they will be killed. We did not get moved, which is incredibly useful here. Stun the big guy, if possible. Nah, he resisted. That's fine. Stop resisting. We did kill the stress unit. Which I still think is obviously the right choice when you have a healer that could heal you for 20. He could heal you for fucking 0, but he could heal you for 20. Try to stun this guy. He did get stunned, which I think is important. Now we're going to go for the unit at the very back. Hopefully with a, I was going to say a pull or something, but honestly, we might just go for the damage from a stun. Because, like, Beast Bile, what's your blight chance? 129. And it lowers your blight resist. Okay, let's try to make their life worse. They resisted the blight, so they're not even going to have lowered blight resist in the future, which is bad. More stress, but it's not too bad. What if we put the big unit at the back? That saves us having to use our occultist to do it. Oh, then it's just going to use confusion spores, which luckily we dodged, but certainly you would argue probably could have been better. So now we're going to take this opportunity to throw out a mark, and we're going to use that mark to help our bounty hunter do as much damage as possible. And we're going to Iron Swan the unit at the back to try to get their HP down, because our bounty hunter has the Tenacious Crone killed next time, I think. We got a little lucky there. It wasn't as much of a sure thing as I'd like to think it was. Hopefully you do move. I didn't even check move resist. Then we throw out the stun. We get you confused, we crit you, bring you up to the front, stun you, bleed you. All sorts of shit going on. Another 32 crit. That's actually disgusting. If I was the AI, I would be mad at the luck that I'm having right now. Which is beautiful. Basically just doing as much damage as possible now. I didn't expect the stun to work. But that was a surprisingly easy encounter there. After I said it was difficult, it turned out not really to be. Guess we should take the torch.
Wealth beyond measure.
Wealth beyond measure. A single torch.
And the foolhardy alike.
I don't know, Wayne July. I sort of disagree with you there. You got a little bit of Wayne April Fools going on. So we do... we're definitely going to have more combat. At least 2 more spells of combat, one of which will be the boss fight. So prepare yourself for that. The treasure room is definitely going to have combat as well. Hopefully it's like 4 silkworms. That would be for the best for me. Still got 7 food. That's enough to survive 2 starvations. Well, 1 starvation. But if we have 2 on the next 2 rooms, then something's gone horribly wrong. Alright, these are high damage dealers, and I think they bleed us as well. Stun the big guy. Didn't even check his resistances. Definitely should have. Pull the Fusilier up to the front. Alright, he's now basically dead. Unless he shuffles us somehow. Or shuffles himself. He's still dead. I'm going to rely on our bounty hunter to get him, and I'm going to instead drop an Iron Swan on this unit at the back. Because we're going to focus him down next time. And then you are going to do this one, which should get the job done. Ow, that's 1 less damage than he needed to do, you dingo. Alright, so they're back in the positions they want to be in. It went out slightly suboptimally, but still feeling pretty good about it. Maybe you Beast Bile. Your blight resist is low. My blight resist is low. Just so you know, we're going to a place nearby. Gotta go. Alright, what do you do? I think you try to stun. Oh, these units have already been stunned, right? He's got stun resist plus 80, 150. He's not getting stunned. He's got like a 4% chance to get stunned. Alright, knock this guy out. God damn it. You were putting units close. Oh, never mind. He was in death thanks to bleed range. But you're putting units close to death, not actually killing them. Allowing this situation to happen here. We get a little debuff, little damage. Big guy gets hit by our big lady. And then Rob 2.0 is going to pick up the kill with like a vulnerability hex or something. We can move him. It doesn't really matter. We'll take whatever lands. This guy's basically screwed at this point. If he does a lot of damage, it's not that bad. Bleed on that? No, he resisted. Honestly, I don't think we need to take an extra turn to heal, but we might as well. I was going to say we might as well if we stun him. Okay, he is now stunned. But he will die to blight regardless. So we'll throw out 1 heal. That's about as much as we needed. And then we'll finish the job, and that pretty much, yeah, we're good to go. All right, thanks. The champion falls. Okay.
This expedition
Let's be confident here. Drop the medicinal herbs, take the gold, open the chest. It's trapped! We got blighted. That's actually pretty shitty. But it's only 2 points of damage. Alright, so we got one more combat and then the boss fight. Freaking finally here.
In Radiance, may
Ooh, this is not your normal enemy. At the same time, the gargoyles have such low HP. I almost feel like you want to blight. Oh, you can only blight the guy in the middle. Okay. Then I feel like you stun the guy in the middle. And try to basically play your cards in order to land some clutch shots on the gargoyles. They'll have a huge dodge chance and very high protection as well. So you know what? Let's try to guarantee ourselves one gargoyle kill by marking one so that our bounty hunter can hit it. That would have only done 8 maybe. Might have kept it alive. It doesn't mean we can't Iron Swan the other one, but if we do 6 damage here and bleed them for 7 damage and bleed them for 3, that's not how it's going to go down, unfortunately, but I still think we can be relatively pleased with that. Dodge Flurry of Claws, which is very good for us. This time you try to stun this guy, I guess. You stun critted him to death. Beautiful. Now you. Stun resist is 110. With 110, I think you take a chance. Like your 40% chance to not get hit. Resisted. That's fine. Mark this unit up for 0 so we can get around that super high protection level. We are going to take some stress. Not too much. And we'll hit him with an if it bleeds. Want to stack up anything that gets around that high protection level as much as possible. Alright, so let's try this again. We stun. Good. Now we have a free turn. We will use our free turn to bleed him. Because he's stunned, our bounty hunter has a plus 50% damage buff. Ooh, that'll do it. I made the Christian Bale face from that American Psycho gif. Ooh. I think now we can drop our shovels and take the emeralds with us, and of course then we come across a grave. But let's be real, it's mostly inventory management at this point, so picking up an extra thing for my inventory from that grave doesn't really matter to me. Yeah, we'll just eat enough food to fill up some inventory, or free up some inventory space and move along here. Should have cracked one more torch. Okay. 2 units are surprised, at least. How do you do this? All his resistances are super high. But the Fusilier we could get. But do you want to get the... Oh, the Fusilier lights the... No, the Fuse Man lights it. So if we can move him out of the way, then the cannon... Oh, you're lucky, mister. I was going to say the cannon's not going to be able to go. You got 5 HP. This will only blight you for 4, so I think we go for the stun, which picked up the kill. Alright, in order to hit us, they will need that Fuse Man back. So now we do some damage to the actual cannon itself. Can't really bleed it, so you just gotta hit it. 5 damage is 5%. Wait, no it's not. No, it's not. It's like 17% or something. That's alright. We're very unlikely to stun the cannon. I think we should just do as much damage to it as we... Oh my god, 2 to 4 damage? 2 to 4 damage, huh? So you just gotta hit the shit out of it, basically. Well, if the cannon can't shoot us, why don't we take an extra turn and maybe just throw a flashbang at the Fusilier? Stun them, move them up to a position where they're gonna be real shitty, and basically we traded 5 damage for 5 damage on that one, except we also killed one of their units. Reinforcements. So it's gonna make a Fuseman, I'm sure. Gotta throw out a stun on something. You know what? Stun the Cutthroat. Because I think that the guy up front with the gun, unless he does, like, whatever that shot is, point blank shot, I think that he's gonna be in a rough spot. Then we should kill the stunned unit. And he shouldn't... Oh, he did leave a corpse. Rushed shot. It's gonna move a corpse up to the front. The problem is I want to do more damage to the cannon itself. I mean, we've got a pretty decent economy going here, I think. But at the same time, like, I'm not doing any damage to the cannon. I'm not doing much damage to the cannon anyway. And you can't blight it. You know what? Okay, transform. And then we're going to... What's your damage now? Plus 21%. Then we're going to slam, which does 2 knockback. How much damage does it do? 8 to 15, 2 to 4. We're mostly doing it for the move forward at least, but I don't really want to knock the Fusilier back, so let's hit the cannon. We did 3 damage. It did move it. Somewhat to my surprise, admittedly. Do you stun one of these units? Honestly, I don't think so. I think on this turn, you take the opportunity to deal some damage to the cannon, because the Fuse Man can't do shit anyway. In fact, the Fuse Man is now at the very front now, which, as far as I'm concerned, is awesome. I don't know. We can, if it bleeds, the cannon to do some damage. Yeah, this seems like, that turn seems like it went a lot better. And then we just throw out like a mark. It's kind of weird. Maybe we actually throw out a heal on our Bounty Hunter. I was thinking a mark on the cannon, which does lower their dodge chance, but... Wait a minute. How'd you light that? I'm very disappointed in this. Apparently the Fuse Man can light it from across the map. Nobody told me this. What did you create a reinforcement of? Or did you just heal our existing units? I don't know. Okay, so you have to stun, obviously... Oh, this doesn't stun. Okay, so what does Rage do? 11 to 20. Pretty much a guaranteed kill. Rake does 7 to 12. Let's start with Rage on the Fuseman. We have to get him killed and buy ourselves some time when there's no fuses or Fusemen available. Then I think start kicking the shit out of the cannon again. 4 damage is good. As good as we can get anyway. Heal the Abomination. 3 is not what I wanted you to do there. More than 3 would have been better. That's fine by me. This pushes our cannon back up to the front. 6 damage is pretty solid. We're getting in there. He's gonna call in reinforcements. It's gonna be a Fuseman. We have to stun, or it's gonna fill the spot. I see. Rage. Despite all my rage, I'm still just a level 1 mage. All right. I think Rake is good because it buffs future Rake attacks, and then we just want to make sure we're stunning the Fuseman if possible. Buys us 1 extra turn of it, and then I think you gotta heal him, man. But oh my god, for 4, at least he resisted the bleed, I guess. Didn't even worry about that guy, but we really should, because a crit out of him would be just catastrophic. I think if possible, kill the unit up front, now that you've got a good chance at it. Knock a unit out, move everybody, well, no, it won't move everybody forward, but still. Alright, hopefully the Fusilier's, the Fuseman's speed is minus 19. Which is really good for us, because it means we can get out stuns easily. I still think you go for the Rake, because it does buff itself, and we're doing some damage, slowly but surely. The Bounty Hunter has to land this stun, though, and his stun resist is high, so you know what? I think you gotta move him, actually, into Hellion range. Oh, we can still, if it bleeds him. Do you go for the finish him? I think you go for the finish him. Basically, I feel like if we end a turn with a Fuseman having the ability to attack, life's not good. So, let's just keep this up. We're doing a good job knocking enemies out. I mean, they'll just come back with reinforcements, but still. Don't ever quote Taylor Swift to me. Nah, okay. This is where we throw out a stun, ideally. Well, we could still do a Rake here, and it's starting to get up there in damage, man. What's our buff on that? Plus 66% damage now? Not bad. Honestly, I think... Do you get rid of the Fusilier? Because there's just going to be another Fusilier next turn anyway. Maybe instead you just try to get that damage done against the thing that's summoning all these Fusiliers. You got to get the Fuseman out of the equation. And then... You know what? I think this is where we take our moment. This is where we start marking the cannon and hopefully getting enough damage done with our Bounty Hunter to take it out. That does mean we should probably try to focus the Fuseman with our Abomination this time. Where are you going? Are you moving up 1 or back 1? You're staying in the same spot. Okay, that's good. Now you... I mean, Rake is pretty unlikely to get a kill, whereas Rage is possible. Slam would move you back, but that doesn't really matter to me. 7 to 13. Yeah, we go for Rage. Picked up the kill. I think that's good. Now that the Fuseman's dead, we should have nothing to worry about there. Abomination pretty close to death. But here we go. We want to do plus 90% damage against marked. That's a little bit of a bad roll. Probably want to heal the Abomination. For 7, at least it's something better than 2 or 3. And then I think we just hack the shit out of this guy. 4. Okay, we're getting there. Slowly but surely. I think my mistake is that we don't need to focus the We don't need to focus the Fuseman on this. Oh, no, he still has a turn. We definitely need to focus him. So we'll have our Bounty Hunter maybe throw out a stun on that one. Even though our Bounty Hunter should be doing damage to the marked unit, someone's got to throw out a stun, and this is the only unit that can do it right now. All right, 4 more damage. This is definitely a much more intense boss fight than the first time we fought this gun. But we got the economy of it seemingly handled pretty well. All right, how many Fusemen? Just the one. This is lovely. Stress is starting to amp up a little bit. That's okay. This thing's almost dead. Possibly even killable on this turn. One thing's for sure, we can kill the Fuseman. Just by landing that. So we will do so. Now this buys us 2 free attacks. That's 4. I doubt we'll get the kill, but it is possible. Okay, 1 more attack should kill the gun. It's obviously going to reinforce. And summon another 2 units, which is annoying, but we have 3 HP. I think we just start doing damage to other things. Because the gun will die, and when the gun dies, I'm assuming the Fuseman is going to be basically worthless.
The brigands are undone. Our family crest is once again.
So the Fusilier is going to be annoying, so we'll just make sure he's dead. And honestly, Rake could get it. Oh, beautiful. And then our Hellion should go, and that's the end of the mission. Okay, that went totally fine. I guess I should get rid of torches and maybe bandages to take these other 2. Okay, return to Hamlet. That's going to do it. This episode went on a little longer than I thought it would, but thanks for watching. We'll see if people level up here at least. And economically, the puzzling tetrahedron is a nice touch. Guilty Conscience, replace Docnomania. Clutch Hitter, replace Ruins Tactician. Seems like roughly a wash. Hysterical Blindness, could be bad. Slow Draw, could be bad. Syphilis is really bad. So we'll try to send you out with a Bounty Hunter as soon as possible to get your diseases taken care of. Or we should actually just look at our camping skills for once in our lives. But for now, thanks for watching. That's one more boss down. If you enjoyed the episode, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you would like to see more in the future. For now, though, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.